Sub brothers and sub sisters, welcome back to Subsistence. Welcome to another post-commentated episode. I actually blame No Man's Sky for this. The reason I have to post-commentate it, to cut a long story short, is that I had to restart the Windows audio service while I was editing the No Man's Sky video, and that for some reason makes OBS stop picking up the microphone. I have to stop and restart OBS, but I forgot to do that, so no microphone on this episode. But we're off to a good start with today's episode. We've got a loot crate containing exactly what I wanted, some ammo casings and gunpowder. What we were mainly looking for today was just a couple of ammo casings so that I could get that last Magnum round crafted, all set for tomorrow. And we actually did get lucky in the end, managed to get that. Got a few bits and pieces besides. Most importantly today, of course, we're going to get our combat vest produced. So basically I'm just out here trying to find a couple of ammo casings, otherwise killing a little bit of time while the cotton finishes growing. So we're going to go for a bit of a wander. Actually, I think we did end up going on a full loot run. Off into the day. So we're going to try and get a little bit of wood as we go along. But yeah, it's mostly about ammunition. I'm looking forward to trying this base assault tomorrow. This time round I've got a grenade to get through the front door, which should make things a little bit quicker when it comes to the assault. One thing that might be a bit difficult is pulling the hunters over towards me. You'll remember that the guard tower... the line of sight between the guard tower and the hunter camp is within the rifle's range, but it's like blocked by trees and stuff. There are places where we can see them. Might be a bit challenging to pull them. What did we get there? That's nothing really. It's a bit of cloth, bit of biofuel. But yeah, so one thing that I was sort of thinking was I wish that the weapons had their own specialist upgrades. What are we doing here? Just checking the cotton, I think. I was kind of wondering whether the cotton would grow that fast, because it only had a little sliver left to go, but no, it didn't come that fast. You can see I've got a lot of cloth saved up, over a stack in fact now, which is really surprising. But it's going to mean we've got plenty of stuff to make health items for the day. So, just got the wood burner going, and I'm going to get my protein breakfast. There we are. Yeah, the weapons. The thing that sort of struck me on the weapons upon thinking about it is how they've all got the same upgrades. They've got damage, they've got clip size, they've got reload speed. I was kind of wishing that the weapons had maybe damage and, I don't know, clip size, but instead of the reload speed, if they had like a weapon unique upgrade. What am I doing there? I'm just looking at all the different metals I've got saved up that need to. I'm still trying to get around to refining. Yeah, I wish the weapons had their own sort of unique upgrades. Like you could have obviously a scope for the rifle. So, because the thing is, the weapons are kind of supposed to have different specialised roles. Like the shotgun is very close up and in your face, and the rifle is meant to be a sort of long range thing. But it would be good if we could spend resources to like have like 4 different levels of scope to get like 10% extra zoom on the rifle, or like 10% less damage spread, let's say, on the shotgun. Or like something like even a critical chance. I don't know if ColdGames is intended to go that way. But there we are. Got our breakfast down. And off we go. So one thing I really was trying to do today is not spend any ammunition. Although, on thinking about it, if we have to spend a few shotgun shells, I mean, they're kind of irrelevant to our battle plan, because we want to be up on the platform, like shooting down at enemies that we've pulled towards us. We don't really want to be down there at point blank range taking them on. So honestly, the pistol will probably be more use for the attack than the shotgun will, unless we have to abandon that plan and actually go in for a foot assault, like go in and get close to them. But we do have a few shells. We've certainly got enough for at least one kill if we can get close enough. Now, fully fueled. Am I going to check the cotton again? Yeah, check the cotton again. I really want it to be finished. I really wanted to get that combat vest done. But looking at it isn't going to make it grow any quicker, so off we go. Got to get the bow. I'll probably be better off running with the shotgun, to be honest. Although I was in the mindset of not wanting to use ammunition, like having the hunter bow out in a pinch isn't going to be very, very helpful. That one was okay. That was a decent little one. One thing that was I was very aware of today is I had almost no nails left. I started the day with about 6, and no like hidden secret stashes of them anywhere, like I did last time when I discovered I had 80 of them in the other chest. This time I actually had almost no nails, so I was hoping to get quite a lot of those today, and we did get some. We did get some. There is a little bit of building at the end of the video. So I was just checking there for ores, because those 2 rocks, it seems to me, have quite a high percentage of ore nodes on them, but not today. So as usual, keeping an eye out in the distance for any rogue hunter camps. Collecting a bit of fibre. And there's our first kill of the day. Still trying to keep up with the 3 bits of small game a day. That seems to be enough to keep the protein flowing. Can't remember what was in this crate. A few nails. So one thing that I really don't want to see in crates at this point is electrical components. I counted them up. I've actually got like 140 of them. They're just not useful enough. Honestly, I might actually, when I like have a space in the power usage schedule, actually build a recycler to produce mass using the components, because I can't find enough uses for them. They're just taking up space now. So if I could toss like 100 components in there and get the mass I need for something, that'd be great. Avoid having to spend like 2 power a second with the mass fabricator. That was a decent little crate as well. This side of the map, and in particular this sort of middle, what side is it again? Middle east of the map, like towards the fence. I seem to get a lot more ammo crates than I used to. I could go like before it was the map expansion patch, in fact. That's when I started noticing there were a lot more ammo crates around. So I don't know if he's like tweaked the balance or if it's something to do with the seed changing. But we are definitely getting a much faster flow of ammunition and materials and all the stuff we need for that. And I think actually picking that crate up, I've got enough casings to make the last magnum bullet. So that's the point where I sort of locked in that yes, we're going for the base assault tomorrow. I'm trying to stay very far away from any animals lurking around. As I said, on reflection, if we had to spend a few shotgun shells, I wouldn't really be that bothered. But also, there's no point fighting them at the moment, because I don't want to turn around at this point. I want to give the cotton a bit more time to grow. But if we kill an animal, you know, we'll also want to take the meat back to the base and stick it in the fridge. Ah yes, the copper. So with this node, which gives us 5 units of copper ore, we've now got enough copper on hand to build the final solar panel. And now we go into a bit of a dead zone. As good as the east side of the map is now, this southeastern sort of edge of the map, when you get towards more sort of the middle south, towards where the mountain is, seems to be quite a lot less. This area does seem to be particularly barren. I'm trying to work out how I can adjust my loot route, because I definitely want to go. Definitely want to come south out of the base and go up towards that hill. But then, where do I go from there? Because this part here, there's never a great deal around. I mean, it's nice to come up here if we do find anything, because it's all very visible. Like the grass is kind of short and stubbly, and in many places there's no grass at all. So we do catch sight of small game much more easily up here. We do see fibre more easily. But we don't find that many crates or anything up here. And obviously wood's not a concern, because we've got plenty of that around our base. Still, here's one crate. A general sort of jumble of stuff. So, at this point we're just heading towards the edge of the map. I'm not particularly expecting to find anything. But I just like to, if I go to the far edge of the map, if I get sight of the fence, then to me that feels like a complete run. And then after that we just turn around and head home. So I'm looking around, and I'm seeing absolutely nothing. So we'll go up on this rock. There's not even any ore here. I'll go getting up on top of there, but can't quite manage it. No, nothing but a solitary bear. And then I come down the rock and there's this crate right at my feet. But even still, you know, 2 crates in an area that size is not a particularly great spawn rate. It's nice to get a bit of water in crates though. It does delay us having to turn the wellhead back on and spend the power on that. A shot and a miss. I think on that one I would have had to slightly adjust my aim. I was a bit low, and he was like higher than me, so I could have done with aiming just a little bit higher and we would have got him. Nothing around here. Yeah, I thought I'd drop to my knees fast enough to get that guy, but no. Had I seen someone here? No, I was just sometimes I do pull the bowstring back just because it has a slight zoom effect. So there's a chicken, and I think right next to this one we've managed to get our third small animal. Yep, here's this rabbit. I wonder if this would actually be sustainable in an area this size in real life. If there was like a rabbit colony or like some wild chickens around, and I had to go out and hunt like 3 or 4 a day to survive. See, I think we'd pretty much drive the local rabbit population extinct doing that. Then again, we probably wouldn't need to eat as much in real life. Because I mean, one chicken, a whole chicken, is pretty much a meal. We only eat the breast in this game, but they've got legs and all sorts. Then there's rabbits as well. I assume it's been balanced for the fun aspect in that sense. Like there's more stuff around, and to compensate, we have to eat more. So at this point, I'm running away from that wolf, and this ends up turning into a bit of a Benny Hill chase right across the map, I think. No, we're still going. Still being hunted at this point. We did end up triggering more than one bear as well. I was looking where I was going, but I think they were like lurking in the trees. So, I mean, we're coming down to half stamina. We're still going. Still being chased. Let me swing wide to avoid that one, at least. And we've run across most of the map at this point. So grab that. And there's the hunter campfire, so I realise I've got to swing again. And stamina's getting very low. And yeah, we're just about out at this point. And I'm really am trying to keep running, keep going. Hopefully drop this aggro at the last minute somehow. But no. So there go the 2 shells I didn't want to spend. If I had upgraded the shotgun to like the next level of firepower, we probably would have only needed to spend 1 there. The first one almost got him. But never mind. We'll get some fat and meat off him and some cloth. And just head back to base. And I think I did actually end up aggroing a couple of extra animals on the way back to base as well. But what can you do? What can you do? Well, you can look where you're going and not run into them. But I didn't do that. So that's our loot run pretty much done for the day. The other thing I wanted to do today, apart from getting that magnum bullet and getting the combat vest, which would be a pretty decent day in itself, was to get the animal house back down. I was just trying to prioritise that a little bit. Now I think obviously I haven't collected any wood while we were out, so I don't think I'll have enough planks to do it straight away. But here is our cotton. So we've got all the materials we need now, I believe, to produce the combat vest. It's at the bottom of the list. So cloth, iron, scrap. So I know we can make the padded cloth. Just needs cloth, which we've got loads of, the cotton and the feathers. So cotton, feathers, cloth, 5 pieces of that. And now the rest of the cloth, well, most of the rest of the cloth we're going to spend on health items. Not as much as I thought, actually. We did have some cloth left at the end as well. So, having acquired a load of copper while we were out, we're going to start refining that. I'm always amazed to see how much power we have now. 0.8 per second is not too bad, and we've still got upgrades to add into the solar panels as well. So, like the final total when we get the other solar panel in, I think will be 0.87 per second during the day. But then we're going to upgrade the panels on top of that as well. Probably going to end up getting like more than 1 a second. It's a quick tomato. And here it is. The combat vest. So apart from the heavy pants, which we need 2 more padded cloth to produce, 2 more than we can make. Apart from that, we're pretty much fully kitted out. So it goes on to, as far as I know, any slot in that little list. So we've now got a cold tolerance of -5 degrees and over 20% armor. And there we are. Looking good, looking battle ready. It's a big step up from the way we started with just a pair of trousers. So yeah, the trousers, we've got enough feathers, cotton and cloth to produce 3 bits of padded cloth, but we need 5. So just do a little bit of inventory management while I wait for the meat to cook. I'm just going to put the rabbit in the fridge. So there's the final bullet that we need. And that steak pretty much fills me up. I don't want to... We're not full, but we're close enough to full that it's going to waste a bit of protein if we eat that that other little bit of meat, I think. So we'll save that for breakfast tomorrow. So now we've got to whack this stuff in there, and we've got to sort of decide what we're going to do with the rest of the day. So just going to check what the material requirements are for the animal house. And we've got everything we need apart from some planks. So we're going to go out and get the planks now. And this wolf, that wolf off to the left that you just saw there, was wedded to that crate. Like, I kept coming out here and kept looking at that crate and seeing if he'd gone yet so I could loot it. And he just would not move. He was literally just walking in a diamond around that crate for the entire rest of the afternoon. So they're supposed to wander, but not that one. But anyway, we've got our planks. I'm going to have a look at that crate. No, still can't do it. That wolf is... He's actually staring at the crate. That's what he would do. He would go to like one side of the crate and turn and stare at it, then walk around it a bit and turn and stare at it again. It's just... He was entranced with it. So there's the animal house. And if you haven't seen the previous episodes, this is actually the second animal house we had to build. The first one I put on the BCU side of the base and it got destroyed by hunters. So I'm going to put this one on the other side of the base. Because I have never seen any hunters attack that side of the base. Which is unfortunate really, because that's the side of the base we've armoured. What am I doing there? I don't know what I was obviously saying something there. I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, probably just pointing out that it's a bit of a waste to have armoured this side of the base. So we're going to stick this down here. Inside the power ball. And just check the price. Now, what we want to do here is upgrade it to free range, because the first time we had the animal house it was really difficult to sustain the amount of food and water we needed for the animals. So this time, before we put them in there, what we want to do is upgrade the base so it can support free range animals. To do that, now we have all of this stuff. It'll just mean that we have to spend our copper on doing this instead of the solar panel, and then we'll need a couple more nodes to do the next solar panel. So I was kind of wondering whether I should do it, but to be honest, I think we'd be better off prioritising the animal house than the next solar panel. Because with the amount of power we're getting, one more solar panel really isn't going to be all that much of a noticeable upgrade. It's less than 10% at this point. And that's only during the day. So what we are going to go for next, and obviously we're not going to get it today because we need power, we need mass, we need the cotton to be refined. the copper to be refined to shit. Do you know what? I've noticed that every time I want to say copper, I say cotton, and quite often when I want to say cotton, I say copper. It's just because they're two of the important things in the game, and I have to say them a lot. So we've come out just to get some logs to do a little bit of building, and to throw in the fire. I'm just going to fill up the gun. So the guns that we are worried about for the assault tomorrow are full. The shotgun obviously not, but it's the least important of the 3 guns if our plan goes according to plan. If it doesn't, then, well, we might be in a little bit of trouble. So I've spotted a couple of crates out here. This little area I've come to think of as no man's land. It's actually quite nice how it turned out. How we've got our base on top of the hill, and then we've got this long valley, and on the other side of the valley is like hunter territory. So it does feel a little bit precarious coming out here to get crates. Now we're usually okay. The hunters are up on the far side of the hill to the north. Don't usually wander far enough from their base that they can actually see us in that valley. But I am very aware that we are getting close to them, and also that we might not be able to see them getting close to us, because obviously everything up the slope of the hill is hidden, so we've no idea where they are. So just deciding what to build. In the end we went for 1 full wall, 1 half wall. Probably would have been better off going for 2 full walls, but I mean it's all going to be filled in eventually. So a few more logs, just to make sure we've got some extra to throw in the fire as well. And are we done? Yeah, we're done. So last little bit of crafting to do today, obviously, is go and get the cloth. We're going to need cloth, we're going to need biofuel, and we're going to need medicinal plants, and we're going to transform those into some medkits and bandages, and then we're all set for tomorrow. And we really do have an insane stock of this stuff built up. Ah, yeah. I was starting on those, and then I realised I didn't have the other wall in the queue yet. It would be kind of nice if we could rearrange the queue when we were building stuff, because here I've got to wait until I can build that half wall and then go in and queue up the health items. That is something that bugs me a little now and then. It's the same in Imperion actually, because you can't reorder the queue in the constructor in an Imperion. You have to take things out of the queue and like put them back in again. It would be nice if we could just drag things around. There we go. Stick the rest of the planks in the fire. And we'll go and put these few walls down. Get a bit more of the upper flooring. So we've got enough cover, I think, for tomorrow. I mean, obviously, once we've pulled them back into the base, we can just go down and fight them on the lower floor anyway. But 1 full wall and 1 half wall, and I've just realised this isn't going to look great on either side, but we'll just stick it over here. As I said, it's all going to be filled in eventually. And there it is. And that's us pretty much done for the day, just as the sun goes down. All set for tomorrow. Should be an exciting time. We've got plenty of ammunition for the pistol. We've got almost 2 full loads for the rifle, so we've got plenty of chances to try and pull them over, and hopefully some left over for the actual fighting itself. We've got a full magnum, and I don't even know how many pistol bullets we've got, like 30. No shortage of those. So the only thing that's going to be tricky is we can't see their entire search area. Most of it is blocked off by trees. So you can see down there, it's like there's no hunters visible at the moment because they're all, like, not just the trees but also that sort of ledge. If they're like doing something below that, we can't see them. But we will be set for the combat anyway, so I do hope you'll join me for that. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more gameplay of this game. Tomorrow is the big one. It's the third hunter base assault we've done technically, but it's the second one that we've done since we've had complete bases to assault. And this time around we've got a grenade to take with us to blow off the front door, so it shouldn't take me like 20 minutes to knock the door down the same way as it did last time. But I hope to see you there. I've been EkkiThump, and I will see you next time.